Alright guys, so after we have know the shortcuts, I think just one or two shortcuts of the tool, let's really look at our workspace because I'm going to do a huge overhaul of our workspace and to make my personal favorite, and I think Mr. recommend the workspace setting for the digital artist. Of course, if we are using some special tools, I'm going to add that later. But for starter, I think I'm going to set this as a default state because the Photoshop is most of the time it's used for photographers and for them to do this kind of when they took the photo, they want to fine tune in the photo, they want to change the color, they want to do some cuttings, some cropping, something like that. They use that, and the default setting is for the photographers, but not for digital artists. So what I'm going to do is to change that workspace for the digital artist. Okay, so as you guys already know that at the left side is a tool panel that you can use the shortcut to change the tool, and we're going to single out some of the tool just to make your life much easier. Okay, so if you look at the Photoshop, at the top is the menu. I think it's just like the system level menu. Okay, some file, open some file, show some window. Okay, and at left side is the tool, and if you choose a certain tool, at the right side this detailed tool will show up. Okay, so detailed setting will show up at the right. So pretty simple, pretty standard. I think you already are pretty familiar with the Photoshop. And so let's change that. Okay, so one of the key points of changing is click here. If you like to add more, or you want to find a certain panel of the tool that you want to select, you can always find that at window. Okay, a window is the place where we can add things and delete things from our workspace. So yeah, so the default is color, layers, and properties, something like that. So what I like you guys to do is to add a little bit, because as a digital artist, you heavily rely on one thing, is the brush. Okay, so you can find this brush and brush settings. You are going to click it because default is for the photographers, not the digital artist. So digital artists rely on brush. You're going to click it, and the brush and brush settings are shown up. So pretty convenient. Okay, so you can click and drag this. Okay, and you can even let it flow at a certain space, but let me just stick it here because I'm going to do some settings later on. And you can even just click the brush. You can even single out the brush and brush settings. Okay, so if you click the brush and drag, and you can put it here, and you can just combine these two brush and brush settings together. Okay, so yeah, and brush settings and click window, we can add something even more. So brush settings is in default. If you add a brush, the brush setting just to show up. So yeah, and let's see what we got to add. Color, of course, we heavily rely on colors. We're going to add it. Layers, yeah, we need layers as well. I think history is pretty important because you're going to know if you want to rewind that to a previous version, you can look at history and just try things out. And you can know a few strokes that you got it wrong or got it right. You can just using history to adjust that. And history is pretty powerful tool. I'm going to show that as I show how I create my digital art, so you guys know the steps I'm taking. Okay, so I'm going to click history, and all that history is out. Okay, brush tool, eraser, brush tool, something like that. So you know that's what I'm doing right now. So you can just drag and drop it here because I'm going to combine all that together. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, okay, and what else? I think the brush. Yeah, I think the brush already. Yeah, add a mega pack inside. If you can't see all the brushes I'm using, don't worry. I will come to that because you need to download that from Adobe. Okay, and yeah, I think that is pretty much of it. And then you can just combine all that together. Okay, so let's combine all that together, shall we? Okay, so I think the you can add the color. You can drag the color out. Okay, so drag the color out, and you can put it here because the color is the most important thing and most used function here. So I'm going to drag it a little. Yeah, so the default is color. Okay, and you can got the brush settings, all kind of brush and the brushes, and you can change the brush as well, and all that is the you can import brush. So I think brush is second most used, so brush and brush settings. Okay, so you can use this default or downloaded brush, and then you can also download my brushes. Then if you need to fine-tune, change the settings of the brush, you can just click here. Okay, so pretty cool. And the layer channel path, the layer part. Okay, so you can drag the layer out because the layer is often used. So you can drag a layer, and you can even combine that. You can click and drag until you see this blue line here, and drag and drop. Then you can combine all that together, so it just become one panel. Okay, so layer and history, plugin. Yeah, plugin. I don't think we need to see the plugin, so I'm going to drag it out, and you can close this plugin. So pretty convenient. So click, drag, and you can move the history alongside the layer. Okay, so you can see the history here. Right, and color brushes settings, I think that's pretty much all of it. And if you don't need all that, you can just drag and see the X here. You can X that out. Okay, so just close it. Pattern, we don't need. Close it. Property, close it for now. Adjustment, close it for now. All the channels and paths, we don't need it for now. So yeah, give us more space here, and we don't need that much amount of color. So let me adjust that a little bit, and you can click and drag that and drop it at the right side of your Photoshop. I think I got a screen at my right, so it kind of pretty hard for me to stick it here because they would just drag and drop it to another side of the. Okay, so let me adjust that a little bit. My personal experience is that you need to have as much real estate for your canvas as possible. So, but just to leave enough space, just enough space to yeah, just adjust all these settings. Okay, because I got a screen at the right side, so this should show a blue here, so I can drop it, but instead I just drag it out of the window. So I think maybe I just close the certain window. Let me see how to do that. Let me try the closing of the window first. Right, guys, so I think I solved it by just closing my window, my monitor at the right side of the screen. So if you just click and drag it here, and there's a blue area show up, blue line show up, and you just then you drop it, and it just stick at the right side of it. Yeah.